We throw around thousands of words every single day, but have you ever really stopped to think about the sheer power packed into the simplest ones? Well, today, we're putting one of the most common words in English under the microscope. We're going to reveal its surprising secrets and how it got into a very, very exclusive club. A list of just 850 essential words. So let's get into it. Why? Just that one word. It's the engine that drives all curiosity, right? It's the start of every single investigation. It seems so simple, but it's really the foundation for everything we want to figure out. And, as you're about to see, the hidden depth in this little word is the key to this whole explainer. So, to really get what makes why so powerful, we first need to look at its official jobs in the language. Think of it like looking at our resume. Let's start with the role we all know best. As an adverb, this is why's main gig. It's our #1 tool for asking questions. It just cracks conversations wide open and demands an explanation. It's the thing that turns a simple statement into a search for answers, making it absolutely fundamental for how we communicate. This is its most important job for sure. But what's really interesting is that even this simple word isn't pronounced the same everywhere. In most American English, why sounds exactly like why, as in the letter Y. But in some traditional British English, you'll hear a little puff of air at the start, like ha, why. It's a super subtle difference, but it's a great reminder that language is always alive, always changing. So, just like its sound can change, so can its job. See, asking questions is really just the beginning, because why has a few other roles that show off this hidden versatility that's, well, it's pretty amazing. Let's take a look at its first disguise. Get this, here, why isn't asking a question at all. It's an interjection. It's used as an exclamation of surprise or maybe a little emphasis, like, why, I had no idea. It does sound a little old-fashioned now, but it's a totally different function packed into the same 3 letters. And then, why can also be a noun. In this classic phrase from journalism, why isn't asking for a reason, it is the reason. We talk about needing to understand the why of a problem, meaning the basic cause or the purpose of the thing itself. Okay, so we've got why the question asker, why the exclamation, and why the reason, but hold on, because it has one more identity as a noun. And frankly, this one is just wonderfully weird. You ready for this? That's right, I'm not kidding. In some parts of the UK, a Y, spelled exactly the same way, can be a young cow. It is an incredibly obscure definition for sure, but it's just a perfect example of the strange and amazing detours a word can take over hundreds of years. So let's step back for a second. Why is an adverb, it's an interjection, and it's a noun in 2 completely different ways. This incredible versatility, this linguistic efficiency, is exactly what earned it a spot in that very small, very important club we talked about at the start. Why made the cut for the Basic English 850 list? That means that linguists looked at it and said, yep, this is one of the most essential hard-working words we have for communicating just about any idea. But what exactly is this list? So that number, 850, it's not just a random number. It represents an entire linguistic system. Basic English was this simplified language created back in the 1930s, and it was built on a foundation of just 850 core words. The whole goal was to create a vocabulary that was simple enough for anyone in the world to learn fast, but still powerful enough to express some pretty complex ideas. So, to wrap it all up, why isn't just a word. It's a multi-tool. It's like a Swiss Army knife. It lets us ask for a reason, it lets us express an emotion, and it lets us name the very idea of a reason itself. It does the job of several words all in one tiny package, which makes it unbelievably efficient and powerful. A perfect candidate for that core 850 list. So why does any of this matter? I mean, breaking down a single word like this isn't just a fun little language game. The story of why and its place in Basic English, well, it tells us something really fundamental about how we communicate. The whole philosophy behind Basic English is that you don't actually need a huge vocabulary for clear, effective communication. What you need is a small set of powerful, versatile words like why that you can combine to build almost any idea. It proves that simplicity and power aren't opposites. They can actually be the exact same thing. And this leaves us with a really fascinating final thought to chew on. We've just seen how much work one little word, why, can do. So if a core of just 850 words is enough to build a foundation for nearly all human expression, what does that mean for the other tens of thousands of words we use every day? Are they just for adding color, for precision, for poetry? Really makes you think, doesn't it? Thanks for digging into the power of why with us.